Hello everyone, welcome to Math World. This video is to discuss Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 4, which is the Extended Mathematics for May-June 2024, and the code is 0580/41. So let's get started. So for question 1a, the table shows the areas in kilometers squared of the 4 largest rainforests in the world. So you have Amazon, Congo, Atlantic, and Valdivian. So with their corresponding areas in kilometers squared. Now, first part, find the area of Valdivian rainforest as a percentage of the area of the Amazon rainforest. Okay, so for the percentage, we know that the Valdivian area is 250,000. So that means it will be 250,000. Because you need to express as a percentage of Amazon. Okay, so Amazon is 5,500,000. Right? So whenever you see percentage, means you have to times 100%. So from here, can cancel off the terms first. Then here you get 1, 0. Okay, so basically, this is going to be 4.55%. So that's the answer for first part. Second part, write in the simplest form the ratio of the areas of rainforest Valdivian to Atlantic to Congo. So now here, Valdivian, Atlantic, and Congo. So now just write down their area first. Okay, so from here, basically I can cancel 3 zeros. Okay, 3 zeros from all the terms. That means now here you will be getting 250 ratio 1315 and then ratio to 2000. Okay, now we need to get the simplest form. So from here you can just divide all by 50. All by 5. Sorry, all by 5. Then here you will be getting 50, 263, and the other one is 400. So this will be the simplest ratio. Okay, now part 3. The Amazon rainforest has 60% of its area in Brazil, 10% of its area in Colombia, and 43 and 1/3% of the remaining area of the rainforest is in Peru. Now, find the percentage of the Amazon rainforest that is in Brazil, Colombia, and Peru. So now what to do is, here I will just write Brazil, and then Colombia, another one is the Peru. So this is 60%, here 10%, and 43 and 1/3 of remaining. Okay, of remaining. So now I need to find out what is the remaining first. How many percent of the remaining? So the remaining percentage, so the remaining is actually 100% minus 60% minus 10%. So actually remaining is 30%. So now for the 43 and 1/3%, all right? So 43 and 1/3% of remaining means of 30%. So that means it will be 43 times 1/3, 43 and 1/3 times 30% means 30 over 100. So that means this is going to be 13. Okay, 13%. All right, so now from here, I will say that the total percentage, because now you need to find the percentage of the Amazon rainforest. That means this is the total percentage. So that means now total percentage is going to be 60, 10, and 13. Okay, so that is what we need to calculate. So at last it will be 83%. So this is the solution of this question. Now, next part 4. The area of the Amazon rainforest represents 27/50 of the total area of the rainforest in the world. Calculate the total area of rainforest in the world. Give your answer correct to the nearest 1 million kilometer squared. Okay, so the Amazon is 5,500,000. Alright, so now 5,500,000 equals to 27/50 of the total area Right, so we know that of means times. So that means your total, this is actually 27/50 times total area. So now to get the total area, the 27/50 move to the other side becomes divide. So when you divide by a fraction, you can easily interchange the numerator and denominator. That's why I changed to 50 times 27 if I write times. Okay, then from here, you will be getting 10185.19 kilometer squared. Okay, and now it's mentioned nearest 1 million. Oh, sorry, nearest 100,000, not 1 million. I overlook it. Okay, this is 100,000. So 100,000 here, right? That means, okay, sorry, 100,000 we should refer to the back. All right, here three decimal places. That means now here, right? So now to get 100,000, I have to refer to the 8. All right, so that means this is going to be 102, because the 8 is greater than 5. So instead of 18, now you change the 18 to 20. So it will be 10, the 185, you change to 200. Then followed by another 30. Okay, then this will be kilometer squared. So now it will be 10,200,000 kilometer squared. So that is the area, the total area correct to the nearest 100,000. Alright. Now part 5. In the world, 60.7 hectares of rainforest are lost every minute. Calculate the total area in hectares of rainforest that is lost in 365 days. Give your answer in the standard form. So now, every minute, it will be 60.7 hectares. So now, we have to convert the days into minutes, right? So we know that 1 day equals to 24 hours. Each hour has 60 minutes. So you will be getting 1440 minutes in a day. And now 365 days. That means you will get 365 multiplied with 1440 minutes. So this is going to be 525600 minutes in 365 days. So now you need to find the total area lost. Therefore, it will be total area lost equals to 60.7 hectares times 525600. So this is going to be 31903920 hectares. But then it's mentioned standard form. Standard form means that now here, okay, your decimal place, you just move it to move backwards, right? I would say move backwards. So initially your dots is here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you move backwards for seven places. Therefore, your standard form is basically 3.19. Since we need to give our answer correct to 3 significant figures, so the rest of the values I will just ignore it, and then I times 10 power 7 hectares. Okay, so the answer is 3.19 times 10 power 7. So that is our standard form. Now B, the Amazon River has a length of 6,440 kilometers, correct to the nearest 10 kilometers. The Congo River has a length of 4,400 kilometers, correct to the nearest 100 meters. Calculate the upper bound of the difference between the lengths of these two rivers. Okay, so now for Amazon, right, it is given 64440 kilometers. Then now I need to find out the absolute error because it's nearest 10 kilometers. So absolute error is basically plus minus whatever value here nearest to how much, then you just divide by 2. So that means it will be in the absolute error of 5 kilometers. So now from here, I will say that my Amazon River, okay, the length is basically right here, length of Amazon River. It will be between 6440, okay, this value, you minus 5. That will be the lower bound. Then I will get 6440 minus 5, and this is 6440 plus 5. Okay, then here you will get length of Amazon River, that is 6445. Another one is 6435. Okay, this is the boundary. Now same goes to the Congo River. So this is Congo River. Given 4,400 kilometers. So the absolute error, it is nearest 100 kilometers. So plus minus 100 divided by 2. This is going to be plus minus 50. Okay, then from here, I will say that my boundary, right, length of Congo River, that is between 4,400, you minus 50. So here I will write 4350, and the other one is 4450. Okay, so now my upper bound, Amazon minus Congo. So when it is difference, we are using upper bound of Amazon minus lower bound of Congo. So the upper bound for Amazon is basically 6445. The lower bound for the Congo River is 4350. So here I will get 6445 minus 4350. Then you will be getting 2095. So that is the solution of this question. Next question, number 2a. Given this diagram, okay, or grid. Now, on the grid, draw the image of triangle T after a reflection in the x-axis. So, reflection in the x-axis means you treat the x-axis as a mirror. Okay, this is a mirror line. And then now, just do the reflection. So here, 1 square down, that means it will be 1 square up. Then this is 3 square down because here is minus 3. 3 square down to get this point, and 3 square up to get the same point. Then for the same same point, it will be just move the, refer to the x equals to 5. And either it will be in the same horizontal axis. So now just join the join the 3 points. Join the points using ruler. So this is the first answer. Now, triangle T after the translation by the vector minus 5, minus 2. This minus 5 means you shift 5 units to the left. Okay, the minus 2 means you shift down. Shift 2 units down. So now, 5 units left, 2 units down. So it means that for the for the triangle T, 5 units left. This point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It becomes here. And then move down 2 units. Okay, so 1, 2. That means now this point actually here. Okay, becomes this. So then the other point here, 5 units. Actually, it will be on the same position, but then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 units to the right side. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this point becomes here because I will just refer to the distance between these 2 points, the orange and the green point. And then for the other point, let's say this point. Okay, so this is 5 left and 2 units down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 units down. 1, 2. Okay, so now just join all these points to get the answer. So remember to join them using ruler. Here I just simply sketch. Okay, I just simply join the points. So for you, please use ruler. Okay. So this is my second answer. Okay, now part 3. The triangle T after an enlargement by the scale factor negative half. So when it is negative means it is on the opposite side. Okay, and the half means it is half of the original size. And then with the center minus 1, 1. Okay, so now firstly I will draw minus 1, 1. Here is minus 1 and this is 1. This is the point. Now what we need to do is you just join the corresponding points, right, to the center minus 1, 1 using ruler. Again, use ruler, just join. Here I just simply sketch. Okay, you just join. So if your graph is accurate, that means you will get minus 2 and 3. Okay, straight line will be like this. So you have to join the points using ruler so that you get the accurate answer. And then another line is here, just join to this point. Okay, so alright, so from here you can just check. Basically, if you need to count, if you use the counting method, right, so I erase all this. So for the orange line, which is here, this point, so you can calculate here 1, 2, 3, 3 units to the right, to the left, then 2 units up. Okay, 3, 2. So when you times half to 3, that is 1.5. Okay, 3 and negative 3 and negative 2. So if you times half, this is going to be 1.5, and then this is going to be 1. Right? That means here for your reflected graph, I mean the enlargement graph, it should be 1.5. Then after that, 1. Okay, so 1 is here. So which means the points will be at here when you do the enlargement, right? Then same goes to this line, right? Same goes to this line. So for your information, the image should be on the orange line and also the green line. So to be accurate, you can just use the calculation. You just count how many squares to the left and right side. Okay, so now for example, for this point, which is on the green color, so let's say here green color, now you just count until the center. So here 1, 2, 2, negative 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So which means the other one is 4. So I times half. I times half. I took negative 2. I write negative 2 here because it is towards the left side. So same goes to the other one, the 2 times half, right? For the Beer's calculation, it should be positive 1. So now from here, I will say that minus 2 times half is basically 1. Then 4 times half is basically 2. That means this 1 and 2 will be counted from this point. Alright, so that means it will be 1. Okay, negative 1 means here, negative 1. After that, 2 units up. So 1, 2. That means this this point becomes here now. Okay, and same goes to the last point. So let's say the last point is over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So minus 6. Then after that, 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So you times half, this becomes negative 3. Then this one you times half, this one becomes 2. So that means now it will be negative 3. So 1, 2, 3. After that, 2 units up. So 1, 2. So it is on the orange line. That means now I will have few points, right? So my points will be the red color, the orange color, and this purple color. So I just join these 3 points. So this is my answer for the part. Okay, so the enlargement image should be on the green line and also orange line. So you have to draw this using ruler. Okay, then you will be getting accurate drawing. Alright, so done for this question. Now B, a shape P is enlarged by scale factor 3 to give shape Q. Shape Q is then enlarged by scale factor 2/5 to give shape R. The area of the shape P is 10 cm squared. Calculate the area of shape R. Okay, so now P to Q to R. Okay, so all these are enlargement. So enlargement. So now scale factor 3, scale factor 2/5. Okay, so the area, right, this is the area. Area of the P is 10. So now to get the area of Q, so area of Q is basically scale factor because it's area. So you have to square the scale factor. So 3 square times 10. Then I will get 90. So now here I get 90. This is 90. Then from 90 with the scale factor of 2/5 to get the shape R. So which means now area of R, that will be scale factor 2/5. So you square it, multiply with 90. Then you will get 72/5. That is 14.4. So that is your area of the shape R. Question number 3, question number 3, part A, C equals to 1 over 4 xy squared. Find C when x equals to 5 and y equals to 8. So now C equals to 1 over 4, x is 5, y is 8. So means that here is going to be 80. Now part 2, find the positive value of y when given C is 15 and x is 2.4. So now 15 equals to 1 over 4 times 2.4 y squared. And now here, the y squared, okay, so this, you just times 4 first. I will get 15 times 4, that is 60. Okay, so 60 equals to 2.4 y squared. Now your y squared is 60 over 2.4. This is going to be 25. And now you need to calculate positive y. So from here, supposedly your y is plus minus square root 25. That will be plus minus 5. But then since your y is positive, hence we will just take 5. That is the solution of part 2. Now B, write as a single fraction in its simplest form. So 4 over x minus 1 minus 3 over 2x plus 5. So now you have to get the same denominator, which means you are using cross multiplication. Okay, so now my denominator is x minus 1 times 2x plus 5. Then my numerator 4 times 2x plus 5 minus 3 times x minus 1. Then now just do expansion for the numerator. So I will be getting 8x. 4 times 5 is 20. Minus 3 times x is minus 3x. Minus 3 times minus 1 is plus 3 over x minus 1, then 2x plus 5. Now for the numerator, 8x minus 3x, you get 5x. 20 plus 3 is 23. So you will get 5x plus 23 over x minus 1 times 2x plus 5. So that is your single fraction. C, expand and simplify. So 2x plus 3 times 4 minus x squared. So for the 4 minus x squared, I'm going to use the formula, the quadratic formula, which is a plus b squared. This is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So your a is 4, your b is minus x. Alright, this is your b. This is your a. Now, it will be square of 4, I get 16, plus 2ab. So if here plus minus, this is plus minus. So since here is minus, just write the minus there. 4 times x times 2, that is 8x. And always plus b squared. So you square the x, it becomes x squared. And then now, further expand. So 2x multiplied with the whole bracket, followed by 3 multiplied with the whole bracket. So which means now here, I will get 2x times 16, that is going to be 32x. 2x times minus 8x is minus 16x squared. 2x times 2 times x squared, there will be 2x cubed. Then 3 times 16, it is plus 48. 3 times minus 8x is negative 24x. 3 times x squared, that will be positive 3x squared. Okay, now just simplify all. First term with degree 3. Okay, now followed by the term with the squared, x squared. So simplify the second and the last term. That is going to be negative 13x squared. And then followed by the term with x. 32x minus 24x is basically plus 8x. Then lastly will be just a constant, that is 48. So this is your expansion. D, simplify. Now when you look at here, the negative degree, right? So you can either move up first because of negative degree. So I will write y degree 8 over 16 x degree 16 to the power of negative 3 over 4. So I can change to 16x power 16 over y degree 8 to the power of positive 3 over 4. Okay, so now bring in the power because we have formula AB degree m, that is A degree m, B degree m. So now I will write 16 to the power of 3 over 4 x to the power of 16, then with the 3 over 4 degree over y degree 8 to the power of 3 over 4. Then now here the 16 you can change to 2 power 4. Okay, then x power 16 to the power of 3 over 4. Then here y 8 to the power of 3 over 4. So now we have another formula which is a power m, then another degree n, which is a to the power of m times n. So now the 4 cancel off. This 4 and 16 becomes 4. And then 8 and over 4 becomes 2. Therefore, I will be getting the answer of 2 cubed x degree. Okay, 4 and 3 is 12 over y 2 times 3 6. So at last 2 power 3 is 8. X power 12 over y power 6. So this is my solution. Question number 4. JNU records the time in seconds that some cars take to travel 195 meters. The box and whisker plot shows this information. Find the median time. Okay, basically, this is the lower quarter. This is the median, the middle line. And next one is Q3, upper quarter. Here is the largest value. Okay, greatest value. And this is the lowest value. Alright, so now just read the gradient from the box and whisker diagram. Now, when you study the scale here, basically, right, there are, the width is 1 unit, but there are 5 squares. So you divide by 5. Means each square, it will be 0.2 units. So it means that now here, this is 9.2, and the Q2 is in the middle of the second and third. In the first and second scale square. That means this is going to be 9.3. Right. Now interquartile range. Interquartile range is basically the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So now I will write my Q1 equals to, just read, this is 8.2. And then my Q3, this is 11.6 because 3 squares. So 8.2 and Q3 is 11.6. So the interquartile range just minus. So interquartile range equals to 11.6 minus 8.2. That is going to be 3.4. Now part 3, find the difference between the average speed of the fastest car and the average speed of the slowest car. Give your answer in kilometers per hour. Okay, look at here. This is meter and the time is second. Alright, so now we know that speed is distance over time. And now you need to find average speed of the fastest car. So I will write the fastest speed it will be, okay, look at here, the fastest is here. Alright, so I need to find out what the time. The time is actually 13 seconds, and the and the distance remains 195. So 195 meters over, okay, for your information, if you need to get the fastest speed, means that the car must has taken the lowest time, right? So shortest time. So the shortest time is actually 6. So I should divide by 6 and not divide by 13. If you divide by 13, that is the slowest speed. So this is divided by 6. Then now here I'm getting 32.5 meter per second. Now later I will do the conversion of the units. So now the lowest speed, that will be 195 meters over the time, okay, lowest time, greatest time, that is 13 seconds. So over 13 seconds, that will be 15 meters per second. So now you need to find the difference. So difference equals to 32.5 meter per second minus 15 meters per second. That is going to be 17.5 meters per second. So now I need to do the conversion, kilometers per hour. Okay, now here we should understand that 1 kilometer is 1000 meters. Alright, so 1 meter, it will be 1 over 1000 kilometers. Now, 1 hour is 3600 seconds. So if you need to change the seconds into hour, means 1 second, it will be 1 over 3600 hour. Okay, so now what I need to do is, I get this 17.5. Okay, probably I write it here. That is 17.5 meter per second. So then this is same as 17.5, right? So the meter per second is basically meter per 1 second. So I will change the meters to kilometers using or multiplying 1 over 1000. So it will be 17.5 times 1 over 1000 kilometers over the 1 second. Look at here, 1 second is 1 over 3600 hour. So I will change to 1 over 3600 hour. So when you look at this units here, it's already changed to kilometer per hour. So which means this is basically 17.5 times. Okay, now 1 over, look at here. Here is 1 over 1 over 3600. This is basically move up. Okay, so which means this is same as 3600, then over 1000, then kilometer per hour, right? If you simplify, therefore this is going to be 63 kilometers per hour. So that is the conversion from meter per second into kilometers per hour. So done for this question. B. Matilda records the distances of that 80 different cars can travel with a full tank of fuel. The table shows this information. Okay, so write down the class interval that contains the median. So now to get the median, we need to calculate the cumulative frequency, that is capital F. Alright, so here you can just write cumulative frequency. So cumulative frequency is counted by adding the frequency, the previous frequency, or it is the accumulated frequency. So 7 plus 30, 20. 20 plus 19, that is 39. Then 39 plus 21, that is 61. 39 plus 21 is 60. Then 60 plus 20 becomes 80, because you are given total of 80. Now our median, okay, median is basically half of the total car, right? the total CAIE here is basically 80. It's basically 80. So because you are given a distance in range, right? So from here, half times 80, that is going to be 40. This is the position. So theta number 40, after you have arranged, that will be the median, which means now it will be in this group. Okay, because the previous class is up to 39 only. So therefore, it will be between 420 and 450 kilometers. Now calculate an estimate of the mean. Okay, so for the mean, we need to calculate the midpoints. So now here I will write midpoints M and then frequency F. So the midpoints calculation is basically get the average of the limits. Just get the average. So 250 plus 300, that will be 275. Average means 250 plus 300 then divided by 2. So here I will be getting 275. And then the next one, 300 plus 400 divided by 2 is 350. 400 plus 420 divided by 2, 410. 420 plus 450 divided by 2 is 435. And then 450 plus 500 divided by 2, that is 475. And then copy the frequencies. Right? So 7, 13, 19, 20, and 21. And now the mean calculation is basically summation Fm over summation F. So this means you multiply the F with the M before you get the sum. So you just multiply all this and then you get the total. That is a summation. Summation means sum, total. So just multiply. Then divided by the total F is actually the number of cars. The total number of cars, that will be 80. Or you can just get the 7 plus 8, 13 and so on. But actually we have counted here, which is 80. So now from here, you will be getting 32900 over 80. And this is going to be 1645 over 4. And now you can just write 411.25. So this is the actual value, the exact value. So if let's say non-exact, then you have to round up to 3 significant figures. This is the exact. So we just copy the full value. Now, next part, a histogram is drawn to show the information in the table. The height of the bar for the interval D between 250 and 300 is 2.8 centimeters. Calculate the height of the bar for each of the following intervals. Okay, so for this case, I need to get the frequency density, right? Because obviously here is 5. I mean, when you look at the boundaries, right, these two are called limits. So the average of these two values, 300 and 300, is called boundary. So it will be the same value, but the first value, first class, from 250 to 300, the difference is 50. But the second class, the difference is 100. So due to that reason, you have to refer to the frequency densities. Okay, so now I will copy the table here. Let's say this is a D. Okay, instead of writing the interval format in the D, I will just write dash. Okay, 250 to 300. After that, 300 to 400. Then the next one is 400 to 420. After that, 420 to 450, 450 to 500. Okay, copy the F from the previous part. So 7, 13, 19, 21, and 20. Okay, now I need to find out the class width, which is a C. C is a class width. So class width, since these two are same values, so the boundaries will be the same as limits. You just minus. When you minus, that is your class width. Okay, you minus. So here I get 50, then 100, 20, 30, and 50. Okay, now I need to calculate the frequency density. So frequency density is frequency over class width. So it means that now here you just divide. So I will be getting 7 over 50, that is 0.14. 13 over 100, 0.13. 19 over 20, that is 0.95. Then 0.7 and 0.4. Okay, now lastly, I can find out the height of the bar. So the height. Now look at here, for the first class, from 250 to 300, the height is 2.8. Now you have to find out how to get 2.8 from 0.14. That means 2.8 divided by 0.14, you will be getting 20. Okay, which means now here I need to times 20 for all. So here you also times 20. So when you times 20, 0.13 times 20, that is 2.6. Then 0.95 times 20 is 19. 0.7 times 20, that is 14. 0.4 times 20, that is 8. So now you need to find out the height for 300 to 400, that is 2.6. So I will write here 2.6 centimeters. 400 to 420, which is 19. And then 420 to 450, that is 14. So this is how we calculate the height of the bars. Now part 4, 2 of the 80 cars are chosen as random. Find the probability that with a full tank of fuel, one of the cars can travel more than 450 kilometers and the other car can travel not more than 300 kilometers. So now that means probability of the D more than 450 kilometers, and is times the other car not more than, so D less equals to, means maximum is 300. Now since you have two cars here, right, and then we are not sure which car will travel 450, whether the first car or the second car, that means now you have to times 2. Maybe the car 1 450, okay, car 2 is at least 300, or probably this is car 2. This is car 1 and this is, probably car 1 will be less equals to 300 and then car 2 will be greater than 450. Okay, that's why this times 2 means either the car 1 or car 2 travels more than 450. So then now here, look at the table, D greater than 450. Now, D greater than 450 and there are 20 cars. So the probability will be 20 out of 80. Okay, because initially there are 80 cars. So my first probability, 20 over 80. Now, since you have 80 cars in the beginning, once you have chosen one car, now you have 79 cars left. And D less equals to 300. Less equals to 300 when you refer back to the original data, which is the first group. Okay, because the second group is greater than 300. So now the number of cars is 7. So which means my probability is 7 over 79 and then multiply with 2. So at last, this probability is going to be 7 over 158. So this is the solution for part 4. Number 5, A, P is a point with coordinates 1, 7. And then the Q with coordinates 5 and minus 5. Now find vector PQ. So vector PQ is basically OQ minus OP. So now you were given the coordinates. So from coordinates, you can easily change to vector form. So the Q becomes 5 minus 5. This is our OQ. Then minus the OP will be 1, 7. That means it's 1i and 7k. I plus 7k. So when you solve this, 5 minus 1, I get 4. Minus 5 minus 7, that is minus 12. So that is your vector. Now show that magnitude. These two straight lines means magnitude. Magnitude is a length. Okay. Magnitude of OP is same as magnitude of OQ. So your OP equals to 1, 7. Your OQ equals to 5 minus 5. So your OP magnitude. Now for your information, if let's say you are given OA equals to A and B, okay, or AI plus BJ, so your magnitude of the OA is basically square root of A squared plus B squared. Okay, so which means now here I will get square root of 1 squared plus 7 squared. That is 1 plus 45. 1 plus 49. Then you will get 50. So square root of 50 is actually 5 times 5 times 10. That is 5 square root 2. Okay, now magnitude of OQ, that is going to be square root of 5 squared plus minus 5 squared. 5 squared is 25. 25 plus 25, 50. So square root of 50. Therefore, you have proven that both magnitudes are equal. Now part 3, PQ is a chord of the circle with center O. Calculate the circumference of this circle. Okay, this is your PQ. Right? So now, means that, okay, PQ is the chord of the circle with center O. Right? Probably, I'll just draw like this. This is a P, this is a Q. Here is the O. Okay, so now from here I know that OP and OQ will be radius, right? So it's mentioned here. Probably you can just draw it on this diagram, but it is too large, so I will just simply draw another one over here. So which means OP, magnitude OP equals to magnitude OQ equals to radius. So we have found that is, sorry, this is 5 square root 2. So the radius is 5 square root 2. Right, so now center O, that means center is at the origin. Now calculate the circumference of this circle, means that you need to find out what is this part. This is circumference. So the circumference is basically 2 pi r. So circumference. So your r is 5 root 2. So it will be 2. The pi you can change to 3.142. Then the r is 5 square root 2. And now here when you calculate, that is going to be 44.4. So this is the circumference of the circle. So PQ is a chord, right? The chord means that you join the P and Q. That is a straight line. Now, part 4. PQ is a diameter of a different circle with center R. Okay, now find the coordinates of R. So here, use back the same circle. It's mentioned that PQ is a diameter of another circle. Let's say this is the center R. Because it's mentioned another circle with center R. And then now probably this is your circle. Okay, so just a rough idea. This is the circle, the new circle. And now you need to find out what is a R. So obviously PQ is the diameter. That means the R is the midpoint of PQ. So now from here I will write R is the midpoint of PQ. Okay, so your R is going to be, now remember your P with coordinates 1, 7, and the other one is 5 minus 5. So the midpoint formula is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So that means now here, this is your x1, y1, x2, y2. So just add up 1 plus 5 over 2, 7 plus minus 5 divided by 2. So you will get 6 over 2, that is 3. 7 plus minus 5 is 2. 2 over 2 is 1. So the R is with coordinates 3, 1. Part 5. Find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of PQ. So now rewrite the coordinates. Your P with coordinates 1, 7. Okay, Q with coordinates 5 minus 5. Perpendicular bisector. Okay, so this is your P. Here is your Q. Perpendicular bisector means that bisect means cut into 2. So cuts into 2. So means that this is the midpoint. We have found the midpoint just now, the R. So the R is with coordinates 3, 1. Right. So here, midpoint R equals to 3, 1. And now we need to find out what is this. This is the equation of this is the perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular means here is 90 degrees. So now the gradient of the orange color, M1, okay, and the gradients of PQ, when you multiply together, that is minus 1. That is the property of perpendicular lines. So now firstly, I need to find out the gradients of PQ. Gradients of PQ, MPQ, equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Then now here, I can take this as x1. This is my x1, y1, and then my q will be the x2 and y2. So now I minus. That means now here you will get minus 5 minus 7 over 5 minus 1. You can write the p as the x2, y2, no problem. Then now here it will be negative 12 over 4. And last you get minus 3. So now I need to find the equation of perpendicular bisector. Right? Probably this one I write horizontally because of not enough space. So here I write negative 5, negative 7 over 5 minus 1. So I just rewrite. Then I can save the space. Okay, so now the other gradient, because we are finding the perpendicular bisector, so M prime, okay, times MPQ equals to minus 1. Therefore, M prime is negative 1 over negative 3. That is 1 over 3. So, equation of the perpendicular bisector. I'm going to use the M prime now. Okay, y, you can use y equals to mx plus c, or y minus y1 equals to x, m of x minus x1, up to you. So I will write y equals to, or probably I just use the formula first. Y minus y1 is m bracket x minus x1. Right? Or then here you will get y minus, your y1 is referring to the y coordinates of the point R, which is the midpoint. That is 1 equals to your m is 1 over 3. Then x minus the x1 is 3. Then now you need to get y equals to mx plus c. So y equals to, just do expansion. So I get 1 over 3 minus 1, because 1 over 3 times 3 is minus 1. Then this minus 1 you move to the right side, becomes plus 1. Therefore, the answer is y equals to 1 over 3x. So this is the solution of this question. Right? Alternatively, you can just write y equals to mx plus c. So your m is 1 over 3. Just use this method. After that, substitute any point. You can just use the p or q up to, no, you have to use the r because we are finding perpendicular bisector. So r 3 1. That means now your y is 1, then your x is 3. Okay, so 1 equals to 1 plus c, therefore your c equals to 0. So at last, your y is 1 over 3x. So this is the alternative method to get the straight line equation. Now part B, the position vector of A is lowercase letter a, the position vector of B is lowercase letter b. M is the point on AB such that AM ratio to MB is 2 to 3. Find in terms of A and B the position vector of M. Okay, so now here, basically your OA is A. OA equals to A. OB equals to B. And from the ratio, you change to a vector. That means AM ratio to MB, which is in the fraction, it will be 2 to 3. Okay, then from here, my 3 move up and the MB move to the other side. Use a cross multiplication. Then means now here you will be getting 3AM, 3 vector AM equals to 2 vector MB. So now A vector AM is basically same as OM minus OA. Then 2MB, the MB is same as OB minus OM. And now we need to find position vector of M. This is actually OM. So now just do expansion. 3 times the whole bracket, you will get 3OM minus 3OA. Then the right side, 2OB minus 2OM. So now the OM group together. So I will get 5OM. Then now you just move this to the left side and the OA move to the other side. That means it's plus. So here I'll get 2OB plus 3OA. Okay, so now 5OM. That means now to get the OM, right, my 5 will move down to the other side. It will be 2 over 5 OB plus 3 over 5 OA. So then my OA is A, OB is B. That means I will just write 3 over 5A plus 2 over 5B. So that is my position vector of M in the simplest form. Question number 6. Now the diagram shows the positions of 2 lighthouses A and B, a boat C, and a harbour H. C is due east of B. Okay, this is due east. That means it's 90 degrees. Right. Now find the bearing of the harbour from boat C. From boat C means your bearing is here. This is your bearing. Okay, now since here is 90 degrees, right? So then from here to find the bearing, I will say that it is, remember, I will say should be like this. Okay, here. So this is the bearing. Now I know that if you consider the 3 quadrants, 1, 2, 3, the total angle is 270. So to get the blue angle, it will be 270 minus 25 degrees. That is the bearing of H from C. So now here I will write bearing equals to 270 minus 25 degrees. Then you will be getting 245 degrees. B part 1, show that angle CBH is 100 degrees. So where is my CBH? This CBH. You want to show this is 100. Okay, so now we know that HBC is a triangle. So HBC is a triangle. So the total angle is 180 degrees. Therefore, angle CBH equals to 180 minus the other two angles. So minus 55 minus 25. That will be the angle CBH. This is 180 minus 55 plus 25 is basically 80. Then I get 100. Now, part 2. Show that BH is 13.7 kilometers correct to one decimal place. So, where's my BH? Okay, I need to show this. So, since we have found the angle here, and this is the opposite side, right? And 55 degrees is given. So whatever you want to find out is the opposite side of the 55 degrees. Then I can just use the sine rule. So now I will refer to sine rule. Okay, so I will use sine 100 degrees over 32 kilometers. So I ignore the kilometers, so I write sine 100 degrees over 32 equals to sine 55 degrees over BH. Over B. Oh, you need to show BH. Sorry, BH is here. This is BH. So I will use 25 degrees. 25 degrees, yes, correct. I will use 25 degrees because BH is the opposite side of the 25 degrees. So sine 25 degrees over BH. So now to get BH, I will move up. Then this whole term, I move to the other side. So you have to swap, right? It's like this 32 move up, this 100, sine 100 move down. So then I will get BH equals to 32 sine 25 degrees over sine 100 degrees. Then here you will be getting 13.73 kilometers, but then it's mentioned one decimal place. So it will be 13.7 kilometers. So we have shown this. Now next, calculate the bearing of A from B. Okay, so refer to the B from A. I mean A from B. That means it is from here up to this angle. Okay, so now I erase this first. So to get that angle, right, I need to know this part. Since just now we have found the BH, this BH found, and then you have three sides. I can find this angle ABH by using cosine rule because now you have three sides and one angle. So for the cosine rule, you have to be careful with this. This angle ABH, the opposite side is 14. Okay, so we have the triangle. Let's say here ABC. This is capital A. Alright, probably I write here ABC. This is lowercase letter a. So for the cosine rule, that is going to be c squared. That means because the, let's say here is c. This is capital C. Okay, so here I'll get a squared equals to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. Alright, that's why I can find this angle. So I will write 14 squared first. So I will write ah squared equals to, okay, so here I will write cosine rule AH square equals to AB square and BH square. AB square plus BH square minus 2AB BH, then cos angle ABH. So AH is given from the diagram. So AH is 14, AB is 11. So here I will write 14 squared equals to 11 squared plus, now BH we have counted just now. Okay, so for the calculation, I'm going to use 13.73 so that you will get more accurate answer. Minus 2 times 11 times 13.73 cos angle. Now, to get the angle, right, I will move all these terms to the left side and 14 move to right side. So 2 times 11, 13.73 cos angle equals to 11 square plus 13.73 square minus 14 squared. And then now these constants, I can just move it down. So I direct move down. So therefore, I will just erase this. Then it becomes over 2 times 11 times 13.73. Okay, then from here, you will be getting the answer of 0.3758. Then now my angle will be arc cos. And this is going to be 67.93 degrees. And now our bearing, okay, bearing of C from B, of A from B. So now look at the diagram. We have found the angle here, the green color. Green color is 67.93. Okay, we know that this is 90 degrees, here is 100. So you just add these three angles and you will be getting the bearing. So therefore, here is going to be 90 degrees plus 100 degrees plus 67.93 degrees. And at last, you are getting 257.93 degrees. And now for bearing, okay, so since this is in degrees, so we have to give our answer in 1 decimal place. So that means this is your bearing, 257.9 degrees. Now, at 1 p.m., boat C sails 32 kilometers directly to a harbor at a speed of 10 knots. First part, calculate the time when boat C arrives at the harbor. Give this time equal to the nearest minute. 1 knot equals to 1.852 km per hour. Okay, so now we know that speed equals to distance over time. And now you need to find time. So the time move up, speed move down. So time equals to distance over speed. So now the distance is 32 kilometers. Therefore, this is 32 kilometers over the speed is 1.852 kilometers per hour. So when you divide this, you are getting hours. So this is going to be, okay, it is 10 knots, right? 1 knot is 1.852. So this one I have to times 10 for the denominator. So which means I will be getting my time equals to 800 over 463 hour. So now the question asking for minute. So 1 minute is 1 hour is 60 minutes. So you just times 60. Then this is going to be 103.67 minutes. And now nearest minutes means look at the value which is after the decimal point. Since it is 5 and above, which is 6 now, you round up. It will be 104 minutes. 104 minutes. Okay, but then the question asking for time. So my answer shouldn't be this. So now 1 p.m. plus 104 minutes, right? So we know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. So it means that time, or probably I just write here, this is basically 1 hour and 44 minutes because you minus 60 from 104, that is 44 minutes. So now the time is basically 1 p.m. plus 1 hour and 44 minutes. Therefore, it will be 2.44 p.m. Okay, that is your time. Okay, now part 2, calculate the distance of boat C to harbor when C is at the shortest distance from lighthouse B. Okay, now you need to find distance when C is at the shortest distance from B. Okay, so the shortest distance means it is 90 degrees, right? So from B, because it's mentioned from B here, from lighthouse B. So it means that from B you have to draw a line perpendicular to C, right? So here is perpendicular. This is like, okay, so it's like this. This is a point, this is a B. Initially your C was here, but since it's mentioned shortest distance from B, that means you have to draw a line from B to the C and make sure it is 90 degrees. Okay, which means your C is over here. And then if your C is here, I need to find the distance from C to H, because now your H is over here, which means it looks like, okay, here is 90 degrees. So it means that your C becomes here now. Okay, this is the shortest distance from B to C, right? So I know that the angle here remains as 55 at the H. So now H is 55. So here is 55 degrees. And now we need to find distance from C to H. So I need to find out what is this, CH, right? So basically, you refer back to the previous calculation. Okay, just now we have found the BH. If you refer back to previous part here, BH is 13.7. Alright, or probably I can just write 13.73, which is in this calculation. So now here I will label this as 13.73. Now, to get the HC based on this right angle triangle, opposite side of the 55 degrees is BC, HC is the adjacent side, BH is the hypotenuse, right? So now we need to find HC. So HC is actually hypotenuse. HC is actually the adjacent side, and you are given the hypotenuse. So adjacent and hypotenuse, that is cos. All right. So I will write cos cos 55 degrees equals to HC over HB. So now my HC is basically, now here you can just write the shortest distance, the distance of C to H equals to HC. Alright, so HC equals to HB cos 55 degrees. So the HB is 13.73, times cos 55 degrees, then this is going to be 7.8752. Now you round up to 3 significant figures, that is 7.88 because of the 5. Okay, so that is the solution of this question. Number 7, the diagram shows a box in the shape of a cuboid. The box is open at the top. Work out the surface area of the inside of the open box. Alright, so the surface area is basically you have front and back, right? So it will be 70 times 40. So surface area, it will be 2 of 70 times 40 because front and back. And then you refer to the side. There are also 2 sides here. So 40 times 30 times 2. But for the base, you only have 1 because it's mentioned open. Okay, open at the top. So 70 times 30. Then from here, you will be getting 5600 plus 2400 plus 2100. So the answer 100. So that is your surface area. Now cylinders with height 20 centimeters and diameter 15 centimeters are placed in the box. Work out the maximum number of these cylinders that can completely fit inside the box. Right, so now here, cylinder, okay, look at here. Seventy, 30, 40. So 70, 30, and 40. Now, the cylinders with height 20. So now if let's say my cylinder, I put it horizontally. Okay, and then here it will be 20 centimeters. So then here most likely I can just put 3. Okay, here 20, here 20. And then the radius diameter is 15, here 15. Then I can just put another one on top because the height is just 40. Right? And then from here, I will say that my 70, if let's say cylinders placed horizontally. Right? So 70 over 20 is 3.5. So I can only place 3 cylinders at the bottom row here. And then 40 over 15, that is 2.67. So it will be 2 rows. Okay, then for this 30, I can just write 30 over 15, that is 2. That means here you can just put 2. Right, because 30 centimeters. So it means that the number of cylinders, it will be 3 times 2 times 2. That is going to be 12. Now, if I put the cylinder vertically, okay, that means now, right, so I put vertically like this. So the height, the length is 20. So here 20, that means I can put 2 because here is 40 according to the diagram. Now, I will just write here, it will be 70 over 15. Why is 15? Because the diameter is 15. So I can put up to 4 cylinders. Then the height is 20. So the height is 40. So I divide by 20. I can put 2 rows. Here, these are the 2 rows. And then for the 30 here, I can just divide by 15. That means I can put another two rows, right? So number of cylinder, it will be 4 times 2 times 2. Then I will be getting 16. So the maximum number of cylinder will be 16. Right, now B, a solid bronze cone has a mass 750 grams. The density of the bronze is 8.9 grams per centimeter cube. The ratio radius of cone to height of the cone is 1 to 3. So that the radius of the cone is 2.99 centimeters square to 3 significant figures. Density is mass over volume. Volume of the cone is given. So now density equals to mass over volume. So now my volume is mass over density. Okay, so then volume is given, right? Volume is not given. A volume is given the formula, which is 1 over 3 pi r square. Now the h, see here, radius to height is 1 to 3. That means your h is move up is 3r. Okay, so here I will just write 3r. That equals to the mass is given 750. So 750 over the density is 8.9. Then from here we need to show the radius. So it means that the 1 over 3 and 3 cancel. This is pi r cubed. So r cubed equals to 750 over 8.9 pi. Then you will just get the answer. This is 26.8204. Okay, after that your r will be the cube root. Then you will get 2.9933. That is 2.99. Now part 2, calculate the total surface area of the cone. So now let's say this is the cone. This is the R. Here is the H. Okay, and this is the L. Now given that the surface area of the so the curved surface area is pi RL. So now here we know that you have to plus with the base area as well. So R equals to 2.99, and then our H is 3R just now, so you just times 3 to 2.99. That will be 8.97. So now after you have found the H, we have to find the L because the formula has L. So use the Pythagoras theorem, right? So L is the hypotenuse, so it will be H squared plus R squared. Then here I will get square root of 2.99 squared plus 8.97 squared. And now here you will be getting 9.4552. I give more decimal places. Now your surface area is A, which is pi RL plus pi R squared, which is a base area. So the pi is 3.142. Your R is 2.99. Then the L, 9.4552. Then plus 3.142. The R is 2.99. Then you square it. So at last, you are getting 88.8276 plus 28.0898. And then this is going to be 116.9174. And round up to 3 significant figures, that is 117. So that is your surface area of the cone. Question 8. On the axis, sketch a graph. On your sketch, write the values where the graph meets the x-axis and the y-axis. So y equals to x squared plus 7x minus 18. Okay, so when you need to solve this, we need to find few points. Means that when y equals to 0, okay, probably I show here. When y equals to 0, 0 equals to x squared plus 7x minus 18. So this quadratic can be factorized, right? You use this method. X times x. So then here plus times minus is a minus. So therefore I will have 1 plus and 1 minus. So 18 is 9 times 2. I need to get plus 7, means that plus 9 minus 2. Then this is plus 9x minus 2x. So you will get x squared plus 7x minus 18. And then the factors, you will have to cross multiply. So I will get the two factors as x minus 2 times x plus 9. So which means either x minus 2 equals to 0 or x plus 9 equals to 0. Which means your x equals to 2 or x equals to minus 9. I get 2 points. 2, 0, minus 9, 0. And when x equals to 0, okay, this is when x equals to 0, your y obviously is minus 18. So another point with coordinates 0, minus 18. So when you refer to the question here, write the values where the graph meets the x and y axis, right? So you have to write down all the intersections. So I get x equals to 2 and minus 9. So let's say here is 2. Another one is minus 18. So here, probably this is minus 18. I just simply sketch. This is 18 minus. That means here is minus 9. Okay, so probably this is 18. This is 9. Then here is 2. Okay, so here 2, minus 18, and minus 9. Now you will be getting a quadratic curve because a quadratic curve with minimum points because the coefficient for x squared is positive 1. So it will be U-shaped, right? And since it is symmetrical, so that means now when you calculate here, total here is 11 units. So 11 divided by 2 because it's symmetrical at the minimum point. Divided by 2, it will be 5.5. So 11 divided by 2 is 5.5. So here is 2 units. That means you have another 3.5 units. Probably this part, right? So you can just calculate. So when x equals to negative 3.5, so that this is 5.5 units. So then here I will just calculate. When x equals to negative 3.5, your y is x squared plus 7 times x minus 18. Then this is going to be negative 30.25. So I know that it will be somewhere here. Right, we just simply sketch. Okay, that means now your graph will be U-shaped. So draw a smooth curve. Alright, so this is your graph. Okay, now B, first part, find the derivative of quadratic function. So whenever you need to differentiate, our formula is differentiate x degree n, that is n x n minus 1. So now here you bring down the square, therefore dy dx is basically 2x minus 3. Now the minus 28 becomes 0 because there's no x, so that is your answer. Part 2, find the coordinates of the stationary points of the same function. Stationary points means dy dx equals to 0. That means now x squared minus 3x minus 28 equals to 0. Okay, then from here, it's the dy dx. It's not the original function. It's the dy dx equals to 0, which means now 2x equals to 3. Then your x equals to 3 over 2. But then mention coordinates means you need to find the y coordinate, which is from the curve. So when x equals to 3 over 2, your y is 3 over 2 square minus 3 times 3 over 2, then minus 28. Then this is going to be negative 121 over 4. So that means the point is with coordinates 3 over 2 and negative 121 over 4. See, the line y equals to 5x intersects a graph at P and Q. You must find the coordinates of P and Q. You must show all your working and give your answer equal to 2 decimal places. So intersection means solving simultaneous equation. Let the straight line be first equation, then the curve be second equation. So substitute first into second, then I will get 5 minus 2x equals to x squared minus 3x minus 28. So move all the terms to right side. I get x squared minus 3x minus 28 minus 5 plus 2x equals to 0. Then this is a quadratic equation, which is x squared minus x minus 33 equals to 0. And now use the quadratic formula. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. That means your x is going to be minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, then here you will be getting a is 1, b is minus 1, c is minus 33. So the x is minus 1 plus minus square root of b squared minus 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 33, then over 2 times 1. Then here you will be getting the answer of 1 plus minus square root 133 over 2. So you calculate by using minus first. Therefore, this is minus 5.266. Another one is 6.266. Now, I give more decimal places here. Later, I will round up. To get the y coordinates, substitute into first equation. Y equals to 5 minus 2x. So from first equation, y equals to 5 minus 2x. When the x equals to negative 5.266, your y equals to 5 minus 2 times minus 5.266. Then this is going to be 15.532. Okay, so then when x equals to 6.266, your y equals to 5 minus 2 times 6.266, and this is going to be negative 7.532. Now I will just write my p with coordinates. Now you look at the x here, I round up to 3 significant figures, therefore negative 5.27, and then the y I also round up, it will be 15.5, and then my q is with coordinates 6.27 because here 266, and then my y I round up, it will be negative 7.53. probably here I will just write negative 7.53. Okay, that's all for the P and Q. Now, next question, number 9. Given fx 4x plus 1, gx is 6 minus 2x, hx is 3 to the power of x minus 2. Calculate f3. So f3 means you just replace the x by 3. So I get 4 times 3 plus 1. 12 plus 1 is 13. G f3. So this is g of f3. This is a composite function. F3 has counted, which is 13. So I will replace it by 13. That is G13. So now G13 means that you replace the x by 13 right now. It will be 6 minus 2 times 13. Then you will get 6 minus 26. That is going to be negative 20. Now part B, find the G inverse. So whenever you need to find G inverse, let the original function be y first. So it means y equals to 6 minus 2x. And now you get the x as a subject. So move the 2x to the other side and move the y to the right side. So 2x equals to 6 minus y. That means your x is 6 minus y divided by 2. And hence, your G inverse equals to 6 minus x divided by 2. See? Excuse me. Find x when fx equals to g of 2x minus 7. So your fx is 4x plus 1. Your gx is 6 minus 2x. So g of 2x minus 7, that means now you change the x to 2x minus 7. Then I will get 6 minus 4x, then here is plus 14. So you will get 20 minus 4x. Okay, now I substitute into this equation. So fx equals to g of 2x minus 7. That means 4x plus 1 equals to 20 minus 4x. So now group the 4x one side and group the numbers one side. So here I will get 8x equals to 19. Hence x equals to 19 over 8. So that is the solution for C. D, find the value of h2. So now your hx equals to 3 to the power of x minus 2. So h2, okay, I'll write here. h2 is basically h of h2. Okay, so for h2, it will be replacing the x by 2. Therefore, I will get 3 to the power of 2 minus 2. So this is basically h to the power of 3 power 0. 3 power 0 is 1. So here, h2 is h1. So when h1 means you replace the x by 1 right now. So I get 3 power 1 minus 2. That is 3 power negative 1. I will get 1 over 3. Okay, E, find x when h inverse x is 10. So hx is 3 to the power of x minus 2. H inverse x equals to 10. Now, for this case, for this question, you are not recommended to get the H inverse because your x is the power. Okay, so what to do is, we know that from H to H inverse, right? I would say my x maps to y by H inverse. So when the y you go to the other direction, that means H inverse x is y. So when I use another direction, that means this is H inverse y equals to x. No, I shouldn't. Okay, I will write like this. Y equals to H inverse x, right? So x will be H y. That is the relationship, alright? I should explain using this way. So H inverse x is 10. That means your x equals to H10. That's the meaning of inverse function. So now x equals to H10. H10 is basically, now you replace the x by 10 here. That is 3 power 10 minus 2. Therefore, I'm getting 3 power 8. That is my H. That is my x. So this 3 power 8 is basically 65661. So that is the solution of this part E. Okay, so that's all for the whole paper, and also comes to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy watching the video. Thank you everyone. Bye.